Hey, Woody Smith from Bike Mart. Got another test for you today. I've been testing this new bicycle called the Specialized Creo. It is electric, a pedal assist bicycle. It is so much fun. It puts smiles on your face, no matter who you are. It's awesome. If you haven't tried an electric bike, I'd encourage everybody to try one. This particular one is a road bike. So it's got the drop bars on it. It's made for some distance. You can ride this bike up to 120 miles on a charge. It's pretty cool. If you've ever been riding along and you're having to keep up with your friends, they're having to constantly wait for you, well, this bike could be the bike for you to keep up. For you guys and gals that they're riding on group rides and you can't stay with the group you want to that you used to ride with all the time, this is the bike for you. If you just want to go out solo and you're tired of fighting that wind all by yourself, this is the bike for you. These are the things that make this bike special. It's a pedal assist bike. It is not one of those you can hit a throttle and engage more power. It multiplies whatever you're putting out depending on what level you have it on. You have 3 different levels. You have level 1. Level 1 would be like if you're riding down the street and you have just a gentle downhill and it's kind of easy to pedal. That's kind of what level 1 feels like. Helps you about one or 2 miles an hour, kind of roughly. Level 2 would be a nice little tailwind and a little bit of downhill. I mean, you got maybe a 10 mile an hour, 15 mile an hour tailwind. Just pretty nice. It's like, this is great. You know, you get those smiles like, oh, this is great, until you have to turn into the wind again. And the level 3 is like hurricane winds behind you. Boy, I'm cruising. This is great. It's super easy. This bike can go up to 28 miles an hour, pedaling assist the whole way. So as you're pedaling it, it's multiplying your power output. So up to 28 miles an hour. Now, once you go from 28, say to 29 or 30, it cuts out, but you don't feel it. You don't hear the motor as much. It kind of phases out just a hair. But the smooth transition between the on motor and off motor is beautiful and smooth. Like you would if you've driven a hybrid car or something like that. You can feel the gas motor go over to the electric or vice versa. Feels the same. The one I've been testing here, I've got a couple hundred miles on this bike here. This is the base model road bike. Specialized, $5,000. Sounds like a lot of money, but once you ride it, you'll see. This is an aluminum bike with a carbon fork with GRX Shimano components, which is the gravel component, which is like an Ultegra, if you're familiar with the component groups. It's like an Ultegra group. So it's like the second tier to the top of the line tier components. So really good package here. $5,000 rides really well for a aluminum bike. The carbon bike I rode a few times also. The carbon bike is definitely about I'm going to estimate 10 to 15, 20% quieter because the carbon fiber is absorbing some of the vibration of the noise of the motor. So you hear it just a little bit, you hear you just kind of humming a little bit. But once you get to a certain speed, it kind of goes away because of wind noise in your ear. But the carbon bike is just a little bit smoother with a little bit quieter sound of the motor. But the good news is you buy this $5,000 bike or you buy the top of the line $16,000 Creo. It's going to have the same lightweight motor in both of them. Same performance, same motors, same batteries, same life. You can get a water bottle battery that fits inside your water bottle. You'll lose one cage here, but you can also, it'll give you an extra 40 miles of ride time. So you go from 80 miles that the battery will give you up to 120 miles. If you have it on level 1. If you have a level 2, I'm going to put that number at about 60-ish miles, 65-ish miles. And again, you can have a little game with it and how many hills you have, how much you weigh. I've found some differences as I was riding along. If you play with it and get a game, I'd turn it off sometimes. Like, hey, I don't need it for this next 2 miles section. I'll just turn it off. I got a nice tailwind. I don't need any help, so I'll save the battery a little bit, turn it back on. And so you can play that little game and you can nurse it and get a lot of miles out of it. You get lots of smiles for miles out of it. The easy to plug in and charge. You have it comes with this charger. You just plug it in like you would your cell phone into the side of the bike here. And easy plug and play here, charging port. Just plug in overnight, wake up next morning, off you go. If you're interested in this, please call your favorite, closest Richardson Bike Mart. Talk to one of the sales team there. Set up an appointment. Give them your size that you normally ride, or if you don't know that, give them your height. They will have a bike charged and ready for you when you walk in, so you can go ride this and see what I'm talking about. This will change your life.